Hello and welcome to a new tea session. Okay. What time control? What time control do we play? I'm not sure if I'm ever getting games with this, but I can try. 2 + 1. What I usually call in German Rentner-Bullet. So the retiree bullet, let's say. I think it's actually this is not a bad time control. I think they had some quick games in. I don't get any. So okay, let's go for Blitz. Not so easy. My rating is not super high, but quite high, and that sometimes difficult to get games. Siegroot. Did I? Yeah, I had played to get him or her on a recent session. Going for King's Indian. It's always a bit dangerous to play if you like. I'm not really up to date in with the theory. The King's Indian was my main defense against 1d4 in the 1990s, and I won many crucial games with it. When I made my first IM norms. The problem is that I'm not really up to date at all. I know that this is a line. Bishop a5, I think, is a somewhat recent trend. Recent means like in the last 10 years or so. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, he has provoked a huge hole on c6. Wow, he seems to know absolutely exactly what to do. That doesn't. It's not a good news. If you play the King's Indian, just like occasionally, like for fun here in a blitz game, it can be tricky because the opening is just so confrontational. If you make a mistake, yeah, you sometimes just get annihilated, and this could be one of those cases. Yeah, knight c6. How do I ever get this organized? Do you hear the church bells ringing in the background? Maybe you do, but maybe the microphone is not capturing this. It's a pretty good microphone. It's I'm recording this early on Christmas Eve. So at least white is taking a moment now. So knight c6, I go queen to f8. That was my plan. Not being happy about it. Yeah, I mean, there were many moves. I'm not sure that if this is good or I didn't really look at this one. So where do we put this? To f6? c5? I'm not sure. c5 is just probably not good. A move that I have some healthy respect of is like h4. If I go back like h4, what exactly am I doing then? Egal. It doesn't matter. I have to make a move. It's blitz. So this is at least attacking the g4 pawn somewhat. I'm not sure that it's really hanging, because knight g4, bishop takes, queen takes. At the end, d6 is possibly also quite tender. Maybe I can just go a6, b5, yeah, and kick this knight back. Still don't quite know what to do against h4. Okay, so he just grabs material. A move that I didn't consider actually at all. Is rook c7 a thing? Maybe. Yeah, this is hanging, so I have to make a move. Rook c7. Here. Rook c7. Don't know if this is yeah. Don't really have a good reply to that. I have all kinds of incorrect sacrifices. This is one of them. One of the incorrect sacrifices. Which is more of a I don't know what to do kind of sacrifice, not hey, look at the great thing that I can do here. It just doesn't work. Bishop takes a6 looks completely fine. Yeah, or this one. Don't really want to take it. Yeah. I only have a rook and a piece for all the material. For the queen, I mean. Bishop d3 to f5 is probably an absolute disaster if it happens. Want to do that? But I didn't see an alternative. Now that was a real opening disaster. The position was just too bad. This is what definitely can happen if you play a sharp opening like the King's Indian, and you meet somebody who has learned his stuff. You're just getting wiped out. And like, I'm not an expert, and this is the thing. Yeah, of course I can resign. So I really was basically toast out of the opening. Yeah, I mean, I think this still should be the way to play this, but I'm not really, I don't know. I don't know for sure. This is how it always was played back in the day. And I know that this is a thing, but I'm not sure how good that is. So g4 took it. And that already looked pretty awful. Engine wants to play a6. Probably this is already not good. Rook c4 is by far the strongest move here. Not a move that I expected. Yeah. And now knight c6 is given as stronger even. Yeah, but it felt like enough. h4, what I expected was good, but white is just better here. Okay, here I actually could have taken and played this, which seems to be okay. Yeah, that was my only opportunity, but at the time I already was so much down on the clock, and here I just have no reply. So it was a pretty bad game, but it's something that definitely can happen if you play such a sharp opening and you have no clue really, or your clue is I don't know, old. Then somebody with specialist knowledge sometimes can wipe you out. In this case, I mean, I had a chance to do something, but at the time I was so much behind on the clock that I simply couldn't figure it out. Yeah, so let's play something out of the keep it simple d4 repertoire. So he gave me the bishop pair. Hooray! Okay, do I castle first or do I play e3 92? I don't quite remember. I think I can castle first. My experience with those kind of pawn grabs, once white has the bishop pair here on this one, is that you always have good compensation. You don't really need to nail every single move perfectly. It's always going to be pretty strong compensation. It's of course good to know the details, but it's not fatal if you forget them. Okay, now how do we do this? Knight d2 or more conservatively? I can always do this first. Yeah, let's do it the conservative way. I think after coming queen c2, knight d2, I will get the pawn back with a very nice position. You could have played in gambit style, a queen c2 or knight d2, just allow him to take, but and I was too quick. Knight d2 was maybe stronger. The knight definitely wants to take on c4, and it's not completely clear that the queen is good there. I think maybe more in a after the game before where I was in this time trouble. I'm yeah in this mood of let's play quickly. Okay, well, it's not going to take on g3. Yeah, this doesn't work. In fact, you wonder what his idea is with queen c7, because if you go back to e7, I play e4 with bishop f4 coming. This looks absolutely dreadful. Yeah, yeah. Also, the rook. What about the rook? I can take here first, yeah, and then take the rook. Yeah, fianchetto bishop is quite strong. Sometimes so strong that it wins a full rook. Not today, sir. It's a funny name. Is that some quote that I should know? Okay, interesting variation. One of the nameless variations in chess. Knight c3, bishop b5. This is all out of my Fight like Magnus repertoire. It's really helpful to if you write such a thing. You know it somewhat. I mean, I don't know every single line. I think that I analyzed and ultimately put in the course on Chessable, but it's close. And it's just for me, writing about an opening is the ultimate way of learning it. This is also why I always recommend if you learn such an opening, like it doesn't matter if it is one of my books or opening courses or somebody else's, I always recommend to yeah, put in a little bit of work on your own and trying to figure out some stuff yourself, because that is much more effective in learning than simply consuming something. Just think about positions that form the end of the analysis, where there's some kind of assessment, like white is better, black is better, whatever, and try to find out yourself why this is the case if you don't understand it, or simply add some moves. The modern analysis tools are so good and helpful that you will be able to sometimes find really interesting new ideas. Now, how do I do this? I can take on d4 and then at the end play knight f5. His pawn structure is kind of weak. Knight f5 is also not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm going for the simple approach. Knight to h4, queen f6, this kind of thing. Now, now what? Not sure what's best here. Maybe queen to h4. As this comes with a good tempo. Yeah, here I actually thought that misplacing the rook would be quite good. But maybe rook e4 is not such a bad thing for him to play. Okay. Yeah, let's have a look at the d5 pawn. I'm not so happy with how I played this. Not certain this is anything substantial. Okay. That I didn't see at all. Yeah. This is the tempo. I'd never wanted to take on d5 because that would also make his bishop a little bit stronger. Yeah, this is actually a move that I felt is not so bad anyway. taking away e4, allowing king f7. And it's not so clear where he is going with this, with the knight, with the bishop. Have a knight. Bishop d3, I can actually take on d5 if I want, as bishop c4 can be answered with the capture. So he's going for this. Knight d5, bishop c4, rook c4, rook takes d5. Yeah, that might be not so bad for white. I don't want that. That's it's not enough. Knight c8 is not really such a great move either. Okay. I have an idea with this. Maybe he can take and check me, huh? d6 check. I did not pay attention to this possibility at all. Very unnecessary. Yeah, that was extremely unnecessary. I had a position where I was strategically a lot better, like almost winning, and I basically outplayed myself. I didn't see this move at all. Then he can just promote. Oh, that was terrible. I mean, white was completely outplayed. Like this position is strategically more or less winning for black. That is a shame. I mean, I really should win such a game. If white is playing such a terrible game, you should just win. And yeah, also here, this is something that I mean, you might not be able to win, but you can absolutely never lose the position. And okay, I mean, I essentially just kept everything. And this is still, I mean, here, this is just better for black, quite clearly. But I overlooked this, I did d6, I just didn't see d6 at the right time. If I play this first and then a5, it continues to be terrible. Deservedly so. I mean, white made so many strategic mistakes. But I just blundered this, and this is all of a sudden completely turning around. I can go to f6 though. This is something that I did not really appreciate. I thought, but this is still okay. And this is not okay. 96 wins. I'm such an idiot. So easy. This is easy stuff. Oh, come on. That was a really bad game. Not in good shape. Not good at all. It was kind of basically a gift. This whole game was a gift that I just have to take, and I didn't do it. Okay, then I have to just make the rock suffer. there's no relation between the rock and the earlier opponent, but what the heck? You just knight a5. Ah, it's probably playable. It's probably playable, but it's not really looking good. So I'm just going to play this in lazy chess fashion. Let's go e4. This is a very very well-known kind of structure in the King's Indian Benoni complex, but one key point is that compared to some other versions of that, I have a knight on d2, and this makes covering c4 a lot easier. We'll see how black intends to ever get the knight to a good position. Maybe he will never manage, and that happens quite often actually. The knight stays offside till the end of the game because you're kind of in a bad circuit. You can go to b7 at some point, then to d8, and then you kind of wonder what's next. So once you put the knight on a5, you more or less have to find some kind of tactical idea on the queen side. If you don't find any, your position just usually sucks. Let's see what the rock is doing. Nothing much. Just stopping any bishop g4, knight g4, whatnot. Yeah, this is all nice and good, but doesn't lead to anything. The move e5 is now on the agenda. And if he plays rook b8, which is probably his idea, he cannot even take this pawn, as bishop takes e5 would win the exchange. So we'll see what happens. Sometimes playing e5 for black is a reasonable idea. You normally respond by taking en passant and then playing e5. Let's see what the rook is doing. He just ignores everything. And this I find hard to believe that this should be a good position. Okay, I can take on d6, which is probably pretty strong. Or okay, let's play quickly. I played the whole game quickly, and let's continue in this fashion. It is often possible to just think for a long time, and then you recognize, okay, everything was good for you, like everything, and then you're sitting there and you have no time, and then it didn't really matter how good your position was. This, however, looks really questionable for black. Knight g5 threatens knight f7 checkmate. But bishop f5 though. Rook e7 is also a strong move, probably. Bishop f5 might be a move against this. You can also just take, I mean, come on. Let's do this and not make it too complicated. Yeah, so queen c3, I thought. Should be should be something, yeah. Threatening knight e8 now is the immediate idea. Attacking the queen and the knight with mate. It's already pretty strong. And his reaction is no reaction. Isn't knight d8 just winning? Why not? What am I missing? I mean, I missed lots of stuff in the games before. This is why I'm a little bit skeptical of my own ability there. But knight d8 is just winning, right? Queen g7 mate. Yeah, even Dwayne Johnson cannot save this, huh? Does The Rock play chess? Maybe he does. Okay, so I think after e5 the position is completely over, right? Yeah, +3, close to +3. This whole setup is actually not good. I mean, here you don't have any reasonable counterplay for black. And I mean, there's little incentive to do this, really. It has little upside. Okay, so let's go for one or more games. Playing Nansen. With black, let's at least cross the 2550 mark. Not getting much higher than the high 2500s. I'm always conceding points. And costly games. Unsurprisingly, something that I have analyzed for. Right, like Magnus. One of his trademark variations. Bishop d5. That's not exactly something I expected. What is the bishop doing on d5? Not going to take on c6. Right? Looks very strange. He's got a5 somehow. And I just wondered if I can do something really good against it. Didn't see. You can play knight b4 here if you want. I don't know. I always have this problem that I tend to be too ambitious if I feel like the bishop d5 is just honestly a silly move. It doesn't make much sense, but it is not so bad that white should lose or anything. And I tend to be too ambitious. If I think, okay, this guy played a strange move, now I should try to be better, whatever. And this is sometimes just a little bit too much. Like here, I have absolutely no problem, quite clearly, but it's not, yeah, what he did is not so bad that I should be much better or anything. And in fact, maybe it isn't bad at all. It's just, yeah, somewhat unconventional way to play that is probably not the best, but not terrible either. Sometimes in Blitz that can be an issue. Yeah, you take time, you think, hey, this is strange, can I not get an advantage? And then all of a sudden you notice that you're down on time. Is he going for, I don't know what he's doing here. Yeah, I mean, I think I can never be worse here. Question is, can I do anything? If I take, yeah, it's just equal, right? Difficult to not take the long run. Yeah, pawn takes is kind of normal. here. I just think this looks pretty equal. Anything that I could do here? Probably not. Yeah, king could defend d6, and then I could try to send my queen on some mission, like here. But yeah, it's not going to be dangerous, I think, for white. And g5, I think I have queen h3. This is not going to be anything special. Oops. I can pre-move the recapture on b6. g5, queen h3. I mean, it's probably just equal anyway. Now I could trade, and this is notoriously difficult to assess. Yeah, I don't really want to risk to go into potentially bad ending. This is just going to be okay. And in fact, can I? No, but I can put the queen onto g5. Queen g5, is that maybe something that I could try to play for a win? Maybe. The capture could be problematic. I get an outside passer. So the king has to move to f3. Yeah, but I'm not quite certain what I'm doing then. As I cannot move the queen to d2 or anything, then there's queen g7. I think this I can definitely. Ace, he got h4 then. No, absolutely impossible to do anything. Interesting. So h2. Yeah, come on, let's take h2. We can win f6, but I should always be able to make a draw simply by checking. His king is also wide open. Yeah, somehow still it is. It's gotten quite interesting from that very drawish position. It might still be very drawish, but game continues. You can always just draw with perpetual. I don't think I had a perpetual. Have to be a little bit alert that I'm not stumbling into some kind of queen trade that loses. Yeah, it's going to be a draw. Yeah. Yeah, probably nothing ever happened in this game. Okay, so one more game for this session. Let's get going. Sergio 16 IM. It sounds like a plan. I am at 16. So another Sveshnikov. yeah, one of the absolute main lines. This is what I recommend in the course. One of many possible variations. Knight e3 is just knight e3. Early. It's early. Usually don't play this so early. What? Just giving me giving me a couple of tempi? Okay. This is a bit weird, everything. I mean, I can go here. I cannot take because of queen h5, but this could be an idea. If he goes g4 now, I can go bishop f4. And then I basically have a known kind of position, or at least structure, where he has played the knight back and forth for no apparent reason. Back again. Okay, now a couple of things that I could try. I can go b4 here. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, not certain. I mean, I'm probably fine with many things. One important point is that he just cannot castle conveniently. This h4 is just hanging. Okay, h2 maybe. Just gave me that square. Maybe knight c2 again. Trying to trade even more. Yeah, as I said, normally you just put the bishop onto f4 in this kind of scenario. Taking on e3 is also a possibility. Not sure. It's a bit unusual, this whole configuration. Is he going g5 or a possibility? Yeah, I wasn't afraid of that. That would be very surprised if this is anything for white. Now, how do we go about this? The queen. Bishop takes h7. That's the first thing. We have to look at this. But is the queen going to f6? Or I can also play queen b6. Yeah, come on. I'm a bit down on time. White's main idea to win this game is probably to win on time, because I'm just thinking about easy moves for too long. Probably both moves are good, so play one of them. The main issue with White's position is the absolute lack of coordination. Yeah, I thought rook e2 was a pretty substantial threat, but he disagrees. Or just didn't see this. Yeah, but I can probably stop this for the moment. So yeah, rook e2 is possible. And it's not as strong as it was before, actually. Come on. I'm probably doing a really bad job here of punishing this stuff, what he's doing. Really bad. Yeah, he has queen f4. He has this stuff. And I'm not sure how I'm going to stop it. f6. Not exactly what I wanted. I'm playing a really bad session here. I mean, I'm not punishing nonsensical play. And this is, sorry, I mean, I'm always very frank about this, but what I just did here was pretty much nonsensical. I should simply punish it, and I didn't manage. Position might not be that terrible, but I have 9 seconds. Rook h3 e3, something like that is probably a big problem. I don't see how I can improve the position is the thing. How can I make some headway? The knight is always kind of dependent on the queen. And he's just piling up on that pawn. Will probably take it. I have queen g1 though, if he takes it now. Bit of a problem. Queen h4 is mate threat. Maybe he's not easily winning at least, and I have 12 seconds. Tja. Probably silly. It's not so easy to handle this position for white. I mean, I've got 9 seconds. But I'm catching up. Queen e5, queen f4 stuff. Yeah, so finally crumbled. Yeah, I'm still very disappointed that I'm not just punishing this stuff. You cannot play like this with g4 and so on. That is just not a good way to play. And I didn't really prove it at all. So bishop f4. I mean, the computer is giving me an advantage, but I took very long and it didn't really feel well. So this rook e8, king f1, and now I just need a little bit more precision probably. Queen f6 seemed to be better. Yeah, queen f6. You know what I only later realized, but this is not so easy I think to do in a blitz game. I'm always stuck to this knight, and it's really difficult for me to use the queen actively. I mean, it just always has to cover the knight, and that was difficult. I mean, the computer still says I'm winning, but it was difficult to play. Okay, now it goes down. I mean, this is a thing. I mean, this is depth 24. That is something where the evaluation could change drastically if it goes deeper. But queen f6, I kind of didn't know what to do. Is probably just stronger because the queen is just more active here. And the idea is always f3, which cuts the board. Yeah, and it's very difficult for white to defend this. It seems that actually queen d7 is best, but this I didn't consider. something that you maybe do if you have more time. I only looked at moves that covered the knight because I didn't want bishop h7. Yeah, and here I'm just losing the threat a little bit. f3 maybe right, I don't know, h6. And here, yeah, I mean, this is a move that I wanted to play, but the thing is, I don't think I'm threatening much. He cannot take it, and I'm on this, but I'm not actually threatening to move the knight, because then he takes on e2. Computer finds queen c1 as the only defense, which is funny. I didn't see the move, but I see the point. Yeah, here or sacrifice here for counterattack. So it seems g6 was actually right, and I'm still winning this. But now rook e2 was kind of panic mode. Yeah, because the time was so low, getting low. And I don't have to do this. I can play f6 or something and still win. And this just doesn't work. I think rook h3, e3. Yeah, rook h3. Engine gives this. Is killing me. I think what he did, just trying to take on e2, is just not enough. Rook f2, then f4, yeah, and here I'm fine. I mean, I kind of avoiding the immediate draw was maybe slightly tiltish, but I don't think I'm risking much here because his king is so open when I went here, and the engine confirms that this is still a draw. I can always give checks to end the game. Yeah, queen c2 was now killing me. Okay, I shouldn't go there, as h7 is hanging. And this is difficult to defend, and in fact already lost. And f5 is winning. Yeah, I just felt like I should, I did it here. I should just fire now. And I expected king g2 and then g4, and this in such an open, if you open this up, the one who checks first is usually winning. I didn't calculate this really. I just felt, okay, that should do the trick. Yeah, so here there's a way, for example, to win the queen. Maybe there's something better, but you win the queen. Yeah, not such a great session. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Thanks for watching.